Hello, everyone, and welcome to Daily Grace with Pastor James. Thank you so much for joining in this episode. It is actually a special episode today because we are having a wonderful brother, a wonderful friend of the house with us this weekend. So we have with us here Minister Dayo Bello. Dayo Bello, thank you so much for coming to our new place. I think what we want to do to start with is just tell us a little bit about yourself so that our audience will get to know you.
My name is Dayo Bello, God's gift, and I'm so happy to be here. I'm a worship leader, a musical director, singer-songwriter that travel all over to lead people in the praise and worship and celebrate God. Grew up in Redeem. I'm a Redeem boy, RCCG boy, and I still praise God. And I'm happy to be in Derby. You know, I've been a family and I say family of RCCG, Solid Rock Derby for the past, I don't even know, maybe 15, 16,
Yes.
15 years.
Yeah.
So yes, and I'm happy to be here today to see what God is doing and awesome things that God is doing in this house. And God is up to something. Believe me, God is up to something.
Thank you so much, Dayo, for coming this weekend. It's been a very, very good time with you again, as usual. And just want you to tell our audience a bit about your experience in the service today.
Wow. It's I'll say the experience today has been short of words. I mean, if you look at it, I don't know, maybe you've seen our whole building. We're in the new building. In this new building, my God, people can come out and celebrate. We were able to express ourselves to praise God even more. You know, yes, not that we weren't praising God in the old building, but here we had enough room, enough space to dance and celebrate and jubilate and give God an exuberant praise. So today has been a wonder. I don't want to say wonder. It's been mighty. And if you can go through my mind, you can see that I'm so happy seeing what God has done and what God is doing through RCCG Solid Rock Derby. It's been wow. I mean, the new building, the atmosphere, you can cut through the atmosphere and see that the joy of the Lord is in the house and has been in the house. Today, the service, people were jumping, people took off their chairs, they took off their shoes. Some sisters even took off their wigs to praise God. I myself, I'm sorry, I had to lift up the altar and start praising God because God has been faithful to us. Because if we think of where we came from, wow. I remember, I want to share a story with you guys, and Pastor probably will remember the last time I came to Solid Rock, maybe 3 years ago, I was wearing green. There were so many people outside in the tent.
Yes.
And I remember I was singing, I just saw Pastor disappeared. Not knowing that Pastor went outside because it was so cold. Pastor told them to go home, and these people refused to go home. They were all out there in the cold. And I remember Pastor cried. I remember I saw you crying that day because they were outside in the cold and you felt so bad. But imagine God saw that. And from there, we have different floors that can seat, we can seat 5,000 people in this new building.
Oh, yes.
God is faithful. So today was just a celebration of God's wonders. So I don't even know how to express it, but the atmosphere today was just electric. Don't wait to see the video. Go and check it on YouTube.
Thank you so much. And just like you said, the Lord has really done marvelous thing in our eyes. You know, this building that the Lord gave to us, not just giving us a building, this building is actually more than 11 times where we were before.
Yes.
And in the heart of the city, I mean, we can't ask for any more. Yes, God has seen our labor, our tears in the past, and it just blew our mind. Just like His word says that it will exceed your expectation. Thank you so much for that. Another thing again, Dayo, I know that for quite some time now, you've been extremely busy traveling, doing gig on Saturday, and then Sunday you are in another place. You know, the energy that you use and all those things. How do you manage this and your family life?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm married with a wonderful wife and 2 children. Managing it, I can't even, because I started young. I used to be a drummer and then went into ministry. So I've been used to it. Yes, and I do minister during the week as well. On Tuesdays, we're singing 24 hours somewhere else and everything, and we travel a lot. But God gave me a wonderful wife that understands the ministry. So, and my children, even like Ivana has been coming to Solid Rock since she was in car seats.
Yeah.
So they're used to it. They know that daddy has to travel, and sometimes they travel with me. Sometimes I'm on the road for 2 weeks and everything. But by the time I come back, I am coming back home to a peaceful home. And that's why I always tell people that before you find your purpose, make sure you find someone that will enjoy that purpose with you, that will support that purpose with you, which is wonderful married life. And I remember pastors always advising me on marriage. I've known pastor before I even got married. So yes, how do I do it? I make sure I sleep well. I do keto. I don't eat sugar. I don't take normal salt.
Okay.
I take the pink one, the pink salt. So which is Himalayan salt, which is what I use. I don't eat anything that is carbs. It's protein and salad that I eat. I don't take sugar, like I said, and I work out. I go to the gym. I work out to make sure I work out my mind, because sometimes I'm on the stage for 2 hours or 3 hours and I'm jumping from one another. I drive back and forth. So that's what I do. And I make sure I pray as well. On Mondays, when I'm not ministering, I'm resting, because sometimes I start ministration from Tuesdays, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday sometimes. So that's what I do. I try to rest. But then again, I'm also into tech, like I said. But God has been faithful. The main thing is having a wonderful family to support. And that's it. Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much. I think the other thing again, because people see you, they see where you are, what you're doing, they might think it's an easy ride.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us a little bit about how much effort, where you started from, and how you have persevered?
Yes,
you have followed the process to get
sir.
to this place?
Well, like I said earlier on, I started as a drummer. There was a time that the praise and worship leader couldn't turn up to church, and the pastor said, "But you are a drummer, maybe you should be able to lead." They put a mic in my mouth while I was playing drums, and I started leading praise and worship and playing drums at the same time. That's how I started. Then I graduated from there to started leading praise and worship, moving around. I remember I used to work with quite a lot of music ministers from Nigeria, from America, and I would take them to different churches and all. But God has placed so much in me that I knew that, okay, you're meant to sing to the whole world. So I started singing. And when I started singing, it wasn't easy. I would sing, and at that time, it wasn't for money. Somebody sometimes would give me £40 and everything, and I would just say, "Lord, I'll go and work, I'll sing." So I started saving money, saved a lot to be able to record an album, record something, and then start showing it to the whole world. But the main thing is, you must be level-headed. Respect and understand that God gave you that gift. Level-headed and respect the gift and respect the churches. One thing I always tell people is not all church that can afford to pay thousands of pounds. But respect that when this church or that church cannot afford to pay, it doesn't mean you must not be a blessing to them.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that has helped me to build relationship and has taken me all over. I mean, sometimes I don't post some places where I go to because some churches just say don't post. And so I can say from pastor's question, it hasn't been easy. I won't lie to you. But God has been faithful. It has brought me from mighty long way. I remember the days I used to sleep on the phone booths. I didn't have anywhere to sleep, but my gift made room for me. I remember when I was sleeping in the phone booth, a little boy saw me when I would go to school. He went to tell his dad. His dad was the chairman of the Baptist convention. And I said, "Dad, are you not the one that sings?" He said, "Yes." And I said, "If you can teach my choir, I'll give you a place to sing." That's the first time that my gift made room for me. And from then on, things started happening. I started traveling all over. I used that place as an address. Now, I thank God for what God is doing. And God has established, I'm not even 1% where I need to get to, but God is up to something. Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Yes,
Thank you so much. I mean,
Thank you,
there's
sir.
something that you mentioned here that I don't know how many music ministers will take that into heart. You said that it's not every place that can afford to pay you.
Yes.
And that does not mean that you cannot
Not
go
be-
there and bless them.
blessed.
We have a lot of music ministers today, and they select.
Yes, sir. We
And
know.
if you cannot pay them, they can. they can. In fact, even if you can pay them and you cannot give them the type of welcome, the aura to show how big they are, they won't come.
Yes, sir.
And this is not what God has called.
No, sir. Like I said, I don't mind saying it, and I'll say it if you don't mind me saying. I know quite a lot of music ministers that when a church call them, they'll tell you they want to go and pray about it. But whereas they'll go and do research and find out if the church is big enough, you never. I mean, some music ministers, they say they don't charge. See, like, no, pastor can tell you, I don't ask him for anything, but I'll say, sometimes some of them will say they don't charge, but they don't go to small churches. But you will call them, you email them and everything, but they will, because they know that when they come here, they're not going to get 10,000 pounds, 5,000 pounds. They will not turn up. You will never see them in small churches, but you see them in big churches. But God is the only one, is the rewarder of them that diligently seek him and serve him. I believe that we are called, but everybody has their own hearing of what God has told them and the revelation that God has given them. I believe that my revelation that God has given me is that money must not be the benchmark and ministry must not be a means to an end.
Yeah.
I think the problem that we have is music minister now, ministry is now means to an end for most of us, that they know that if they don't sing there and collect 5,000 pounds, they will not survive. And I mean, like you say, I know, Pastor, you have things that you're doing that is except for music. I mean, Apostle Paul was the tent maker. I have other things that I'm doing to be able to support. So I don't put so much pressures on the churches that are inviting me. And that's the reason why I'm able to open hearted and say, okay, you can't afford this. Because obviously I understand that I travel with a team that I pay. If a church cannot afford it, I tone down the number of people, that will come with me. I mean, I was in Wales yesterday. I didn't go with the entire team because I knew that they couldn't afford it. The church is no more than 1 year old. But they've been on my neck that I want you to come. And I thought, okay, you know what? Okay, I'll go. And the pastor was surprised that I turned up, but I didn't go with the entire team. But God still moved. It was such an awesome time. And so that's the thing. I would advise that look into it. If you're watching me, or up and coming music minister, like, make sure that it's not all churches that can afford to pay thousands of pounds. But guess what? That church that can't afford to pay you thousands of pounds will still grow. See, Solid Rock, I started with Solid Rock.
Yes.
And now we have flaws. You need to come to Derby to see what God is doing in Derby. I celebrate you all.
Thank you so much, Dayo. Thank you for everything that you do. Once again, audience, thank you so much for watching this wonderful episode of the Dayo Bello ministering again in our new place, Solid Rock House, in the heart of the city center. And if this message has blessed you, please do share it with others so that they can also be blessed. Thank you, and God bless you.
God bless you.